Good morning, everyone. This is Cynthia Vera, a first-year college student from Pangasinan State University or Daneta campus, and I'm taking up Bachelor of Science major in Computer Engineering. So today, my topic can be located on part 2 of our syllabus entitled The First Century of Spanish Rule. And my report is on Chapter 6 entitled Spanish Commercial Policy in the 16th and 17th centuries. So, this was all about the laws regarding navigation and commerce. The following are the summaries of some laws enacted by the Council in the Indies concerning the navigation and commerce of the Philippines, China, Nueva España, and Peru. They are taken from the Recapitulation de Leyes de los Reinos de las Indias. So, hindi nga po pala lahat ng laws na nakalagay dun sa book ni Professor Nicholas Zafra ay sinama ko dito. Ilan lamang po ang aking mga nilagay at una po rito ay Law number 35 at ang nakasaad dito ay it having been committed to and charged upon the Governor and the Captain General of the Filipinas that he should endeavor to introduce in the exchange and barter for the merchandise of China, trade in the other products of those islands, in order to avoid, when possible, the withdrawal of the great sums of reals which are taken to foreign kingdoms, and the Governor executed it in the form and manner that he considered most fitting. And a method called Padgada was introduced which was observed and executed until now. It is our will that method be observed and kept without any change until we order otherwise. So yung pankada po is a method to establish the price of Chinese merchandise in the areas of the archipelago controlled by the Spaniards. It was initially devised as a system of collective bargaining. So the next law is law number 5, and it was stated there that we ordain and order that there shall be no permission to trade or traffic between Peru, Tierra Firme, Guatemala, or any other parts of the Indies and China or the Filipinas Islands, even though it be by license of the viceroys, audiencias, governors, or magistrates. So dito sa law number 5, parang it was prohibited to trade or traffic between Peru, Tierra Firme, Guatemala, or any other parts of Indias and China or the Filipinas Islands. Kahit pa merong mga permission from the authorities, kagaya ng viceroys or the governors. So, kapag nilabag nila yon, di ba kadalasan naman, or lahat naman ng mga nagagawang paglabag is merong mga punishments. So, yung penalty nila ay ika-confiscate yung mga merchandise na dapat sanang isi-ship nila. Yun yung penalty sa kanila. So, the third law was law number 64, and it was stated there that it is advisable for our service to have a constant records on what passes in the trade and commerce between the Filipinas and Nueva España, in order to ascertain and discover whether it continues to increase and what kind of merchandise are traded, their prices, and in what money or material. Accordingly, we ordered the viceroys of the Nueva España to send to our Royal Council of the Indies in each trading fleet a copy of the registers that the ships brought from those islands, and also of those of the ships sent, and all shall be made with great distinctness and clearness. So, lahat naman ng business until now, dapat may mga constant records sila about sa mga products and services na binebenta or minamarket nila, para malaman kung may increase or decrease ba sa sales, or kapag nagka-problema wadi sa finance, may matitrace or meron silang babalikan para ma-solve kung ano man yung problema sa business nila. So So the next law was law number 68, and it was stated there that we declare and order that the Chinese merchandise and articles which has been and shall be shipped from Filipinas to Nueva España can and shall be consumed there only, or shipped to their kingdoms after paying the duties. They cannot be taken to Peru, Tierra Firme, or any other parts of India under penalty of the confiscation of those found and apprehended in the possession of any person whatever, and shall be applied to our exchequer, the judge, and the denouncer. So parang hindi pwedeng, kagaya yung second law na nilagay ko kanina, diba? Hindi pwedeng i-ship to other countries like Peru, Tierra Firme, or other parts of India yung mga Chinese merchandise and articles. Dapat, kung saan lang siya shinip na talagang destination niya, doon lang siya i-consume. Kasi may penalty or punishment kapag nilabag nila ang order na yon. So, these were some added laws. Wala na po pala ito dun sa book ni Professor Nicholas Zafra. So, the first one is the Laws of Burgos, issued on December 27, 1512 by Ferdinand II. The Catholic regulated relations between Spaniards and the conquered Indians, particularly to ensure the spiritual and material welfare of the latter, who were often severely treated. So the next one was the laws or the new laws of Indies in 1542 of Charles I, which sought to correct the inadequacies of the previous code met with armed resistance from the American colonists and were reissued in a weaker version in 1552. So kasi mayroong constant protests of Las Casas, dahil doon, the Council of Indies and King Charles I enacted the new laws of the Indies. This was for good treatment and preservation of the Indians. So kasi meron din tayong tinatawag noon na encomienda system, and this was a labor system instituted by the Spanish Crow in the American colonies. So in this system, a Spanish encomendero was granted a number of the native laborers who would pay tributes to him in exchange for his protection. So nung naipatupad yung new laws of the Indies, it abolished Indian slavery and also ended that encomienda system. In the same year, a commercial code was promulgated for the Casa de Contratación, or a board of trade. In 1563, the powers and procedures of the colonial audiencias or the courts were defined. The ordinance concerning discoveries issued in 1573 forbade unauthorized operations against independent Indian people. Number 2. Memorial of Juan Grau y Monfalcon on Philippine Trade. In 1635, Juan Grau Monfalcon memorialized the king on the conditions and needs of the Philippines. His memorial is valuable source of information on the trade and commerce of the Philippines in the early part of the 17th century. So si Don Juan Grau y Monfalcon was the Procurator General for the distinguished and loyal city of Manila. So Manila was the metropolis and capital of the Filipinas Islands, and he declares that the preservation and protection of these islands are of the utmost consideration and importance and deserve the most careful attention. So mapagmalasakit at mabait pong leader si Don Juan Grau y Monfalcon, and on account of the great advantages and profits which they afford, to say nothing of the principal consideration, gusto rin po niyang bigyan ng pansin ang service to God and the propagation of religion and Catholic faith in the aforesaid city and in the other islands that faith is established. And he wants that faith will steadily become stronger, increasing and spreading not only among these but other and neighboring islands. So lodi talaga si Don Juan Grau y Monfalcon. Bilang magaling na leader sa politika, makadiyos at makatao rin siya. So, nandito na po tayo sa huling slides ng aking presentation. And ito nga po pala yung mga sources na pinagkuhanan ko para sa mga details na nilagay ko sa aking report. So, yung first ay yung kay Professor Nicolas Zafra pa rin na sa kanyang book na Readings in the Philippine History. And the second was The Law of Indies on Spanish History. So, yung mga link po ay nilagay ko sa baba ng title ng mga articles or books na pinagkuhanan ko. So, sana po may natutunan po kayo kahit konti sa aking report and thank you for listening. Bye!